most people, fall means football. But there are more sports to watch and enjoy than just the clash on the gridiron. Tonight, we step into the gym and let the girls have their turn. That's right. It's time for volleyball action on AM 800 KBRV The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. Whether you're a fan of Grace and the Lady Grizz, the Purple Cowgirls of North Gem, or the high-flying Cardinals of Soda Springs, this is your home for all of the local action between the net cords. Every dig, every set, and every kill can be heard and seen right here. High school sports are brought to you on 800 KBRV by
Sanders Furniture, Reed's Plumbing and Heating, Silver Star Communications, Monsanto, and Old West Media.
Now, let's head to the court with the voice of Caribou County Sports, Caleb Burgraff.
And welcome everybody out to the home of the West Side Lady Pirates as it is time for more volleyball action on KBRV 800 The Bear with live video streaming online at mylocalradio.com. Thank you again for joining us here on this beautiful Thursday evening from wherever you are listening into this one, as we have a great match coming up for you guys. The West Side Pirates, the team that is sitting in second place right now in district play, they sit at 4-1. That only loss comes to Malad as they lost to them last week. Right now, though, they're trying to come back and take down the Soda Springs Cardinals for the second time this year. Last time they played, it was a sweep for the West Side Pirates with a tough second set for the Soda Springs Cardinals, losing that 25-7, but very competitive first and third sets in that matchup between these two teams, and we're hoping for much of the same here, except maybe a different result for the Soda Springs Cardinals, who are a new look Soda Springs Cardinals than they were the first time when they took on this West Side squad, including a new setter, including a new outside hitter who has switched over from middle, including a new back row libero. Plenty of different changes for the Soda Springs Cardinals here tonight as they look to take on the West Side Pirates. We'll have more coming up for you on the pregame show, including an interview with Jerry O'Brien, the head coach of those West Side Pirates, and an interview with Sean A. Thompson as well, the head coach of the Lady Cardinals, all coming your way on KBRV 800 The Bear with live video streaming online at mylocalradio.com.
They need your help. They're overstocked with Lazy Boy and Catnapper recliners, sofas, and love seats. They'll wheel and deal right now at Sanders Furniture, Flooring, and Appliance. If you will help them make room in their showroom, they'll help you keep money in your bank account while you're enjoying high-quality, comfortable Lazy Boy and Catnapper recliners, sofas, and love seats. They need your help, and you need to save money. Wheel and deal right now at Sanders Furniture, Flooring, and Appliances on Main Street in Soda Springs.
Today, my new dad and I shot off a rocket in the park.
Today, my new son and I failed to shoot off a rocket.
The rocket launched into the air
and then crashed into the pond.
I'll never forget that day.
I'll never forget that day, even if I tried.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are. For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
K-Slot fever is continuing at Lalaton's in Soda Springs the week of October 8th through the 14th. Drop into Lalaton's and grab yourself canned vegetables, a case of 24 for $12. Or grab Western Family cans of soup, 24 cans for $12 as well. Make sure you don't miss out on their water as they have 24 packs of Western Family half-liter bottles, $1.99 each. Or if you're looking for peanut butter, grab yourself a 64-ounce creamy or chunky peanut butter for $6.49. It's all at Lalaton's in Soda Springs.
If you own a gun, you have a full-time responsibility. When you aren't using it, be sure it can't get into the hands of curious children, troubled teenagers, a thief, or anyone else who might misuse it. Your family, friends, and neighbors are all counting on you. Remember, always, lock it up. For more information on firearms storage safety, visit ncpc.org. This message brought to you by the National Crime Prevention Council, the Bureau of Justice Assistance, and the Ad Council.
Welcome back out to Dayton, Idaho. Caleb Burgraff here on KBRV 800 The Bear with live video streaming online at mylocalradio.com. And it's time for West Side and the Cardinals. for the second time this year. Last time it was a 3-set sweep for the West Side Pirates as they were led along by several of their big stars, including a pair of setters with Mari Wade getting 11 sets, Allie Jensen getting 11 sets as well in that matchup between the two sides. They also saw big games from Lindsay Pulsifer, who is a name that you will hear us mentioning a lot, Abby Povey as well, their big middle blocker, who stands at 6'1", 6'2", somewhere in that general vicinity, had 8 kills for the West Side Pirates. And Sage Fredrickson, another big name to watch out for, who had 7 kills in that first matchup between these two teams. A lot of big players on the West Side Pirates. We'll learn more about them after we take a listen to what head coach Jerry O'Brien has to say about her squad.
Kayla Burgraff, you're on the pregame show with Coach Jerry O'Brien. And, Coach, your team continuing on the strong start that it's had. You're 5-1 now in district play. What has been the big thing that you've seen from your team so far that's impressed you?
I think we're starting to play more aggressive ball and make fewer mistakes and run a more powerful offense, which is what we need to do. So that's what we've been working on, and the girls are really coming through.
After you made it through that first trip through districts, who are some of the teams that you've seen this year that, other than Malad, if you take them out, who do you think is the biggest competition for you for that number 2 seed?
I would say probably, I think Soda's pretty strong and Bear Lake played pretty strong. I think all the other 3 teams, I think, could any given day.
When you have a district like this that's this competitive, do you think that adds to the strength and the confidence that you have in that your team has when they go out onto the court, when they know that every night that they play in districts they're playing against somebody tough and there's no real letdown games?
I think definitely. I think it makes everybody in our district stronger, and then when we compete in any postseason play, it just makes us even more ready to compete with anybody that we see there. It's definitely a bonus for everybody in our district.
One of the other things that you guys have been doing is you have that freshman setter in Mari Wade. How has she been growing throughout the season? What's she been really able to do, and has she impressed you with her growth this year? Yeah,
she's been doing a really good job for me. There's still times where mistakes are made, but mostly that's just age-wise and just mental things. As far as her physical, moving her feet and getting her hands, that's all coming along really well. I've been really impressed and really pleased.
When you look at your team and you look outside of Abby Povey and Lindsay Pulsifer, who are some of the players that have really grown and are that third weapon that you can bring up from the bench?
We've got Sage Fredrickson in the middle, and she's done a fantastic job for me blocking. She reads really well, she gets there quick, and so when she's in the middle or even when Abby's in the middle, we do a really good job on the net containing the offense. And then Abby Cook has done a good solid job for me as outside hitter also.
Kayla Burgraff with Coach Jerry O'Brien. And Coach, looking at tonight's match now, Soda Springs are coming off a big win in a rivalry match against Grace in 5 sets. They've really turned it around from where they were 2 years ago, even last year. As far as the team goes, they're up 5-7 on the year. What do you need to do in order to beat them, and what's your biggest fear from them now that you've seen them play?
Soda, it seems like they just dig and dig. My girls really need to just put the ball down. When we run our offense, we really need to just hit the ball hard and hit it in holes instead of keep giving them opportunities to come back and run their offense.
Being able to play here on your home gym the second time around has got to be a help as well. When you have that opportunity to play in front of your home fans, how good is the home court advantage that you have here?
It's always good. I think our district as a whole, every team that plays at home has a home court advantage. We've got great fans. All the schools that we've been to have a lot of support from the other school, from the other kids in school. So it's always nice to play at home.
Final thing for you, Coach, and that's the one thing your team needs to improve on to go into districts plays and even have a chance at upsetting Malad. What's the one thing that you really look at as the biggest weakness for them right now?
It's going to be serve, receive, and passing. Just fewer mistakes we need to make.
Coach O'Brien, thank you so much again for the time. Good luck to you guys tonight against Soda.
Thank you.
That's Jerry O'Brien, the head coach of the Westside Lady Pirates here on KBRV 800 The Bear. And what she said really has some ringing to it. As we were talking outside of that interview, and she said against Malad, that was where she was most disappointed with her team, as her team was really able to stick with Malad for part of that match and was able to put up some good numbers. And other places to look at this team, they are a very good serving team. They had 9 aces their first matchup against the Soda Springs Cardinals. They also had 8 blocks, and that's going to be another key area in this match. The Cardinals have improved their blocking ability, but the Westside Pirates, you can't think that they have not improved as well. So you got to be on the lookout for Darcy Povey and Sage Fredrickson, Abby Povey and Sage Fredrickson, who between the two of them combined for 7 blocks against the Cardinals that first time that they went around over at Soda Springs. And I really do think this could be a completely different matchup between the two sides, and we'll talk a little bit more about why I think that when we see the Soda Springs Cardinals on the other side of this break, and we take a look at what they are going to need to do on KBRV 800 The Bear with live video streaming online at mylocalradio.com.
There has never been a better time to convert to natural gas. Even in the summer months, natural gas is worth asking for. Reed's Plumbing and Heating in Soda Springs will replace your furnace that caused you problems this winter with a new natural gas furnace, or even install a natural gas water heater to keep your water hot. Plus, Reed's can add a water softener to your home. And if you want to cool things down, Reed's Plumbing and Heating will install an energy-efficient Lennox air conditioner. All at Reed's Plumbing and Heating, 180 South 3rd Street, Soda Springs.
Listen, as a hiring manager, I've got to tell you, the best job candidate isn't always the typical candidate. Sometimes they're a grad of life.
Meet the grads of life. Young adults of unique determination and experience, an ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
Sometimes the best candidates aren't the ones you're used to.
Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
Cattlemen have a code of ethics. Live each day with courage. Take pride in your work. Always finish what you start. Do what has to be done. Be tough but fair. When you make a promise, keep it. Ride for the brand. Talk less and say more. Remember that some things aren't for sale, and know where to draw the line. The folks at Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho are proud of the students at Grace High School, investing in the leaders of tomorrow. The Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
This year, firefighters will battle thousands of wildfires around the country in hopes of containing them. But a single ember that escapes can travel more than 1 mile, where it can ignite and destroy your home or community. You can't control where the ember will land, only what happens when it does. Prepare, protect, prevail. Get fire adapted. Learn simple steps you could take now to reduce wildfire damage later at fireadapted.org. A public service message brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council. Learn more at fireadapted.org.
Back out here again at the home of the West Side Pirates on KBRV 800 The Bear, as well as online at mylocalradio.com, where you can watch a live video stream of tonight's matchup. We're about 8 minutes away from the starting lineups, the national anthem in the opening serve here, and it's time for us to take our look at the Soda Springs Cardinals and what they're going to be bringing to the table. And again, I told you this is not the same team that you saw the first couple of times around through the district. They have made some changes, including the big one to really look out for. Reagan Yamauchi, their freshman setter, got her first start for the Cardinals in that last matchup against Grace on Tuesday. Ended up having 28 set assists, only 2 hitting errors, and only 2 service errors as well. A very, very good start for her. She did have 5 net violations, so that's going to be something she will have to work on as the matches continue. Callie Gronding has been moved to the outside, so she is working on the outside hitting and is also being able to focus a little bit more on the defensive side of the ball. Katie Sims really had a breakout game against those Grace Grizzlies. Ended up with 15 kills to only 2 hitting errors in that match, and a strong appearance for her at the net as well with 2 blocks. And then Lexi Patterson, while she has struggled with her hitting errors, she has also really began to develop her game and is much better at adjusting her shots once she gets up to the net. 5 blocks for her as well in that last matchup for this Grace or Soda Springs team. So she is another member of this team to watch. One of the big things to look at for this squad, Haley Ledbetter, not in the starting lineup and will not be playing tonight. She got hurt yesterday, and she was cleared to play, but Coach Thompson really said, it's better to take it easy. I want you healthy with the end of the season coming up. I don't want to rush you back from anything. So she is not dressed for tonight's game. She is in jeans, she is in a hoodie, and she will be on the sidelines for this matchup. A big piece missing for them on their defensive side, but the Cardinals have shown they have the ability to bounce back from that. We'll take a look at what Coach Thompson had to say about her team right now on KBRV 800 The Bear with live video streaming online at mylocalradio.com.
Kayla Bergraff with Coach Shawnee Thompson from the Soda Springs Cardinals volleyball team. And Coach, last Tuesday, a tough match for you guys, 5 sets with Grace, but you were able to tough it out and get the win. What were your thoughts on your team's performance?
I was very proud of them. We found ourselves again in that situation where we were down the very first 2 sets, and this time, though, we were able to pull out the last 3 and get the win out of that one, and that was a definitely a fun win to get, and the girls all played well, and they were excited for that kind of thing to happen.
When you look at the 5-setter, you've had five-set matches so far this year. I don't know if you're trying to give yourself a heart attack, if you're trying to motivate the girls, but whatever the case is, you're 2-3 in those, and you've won 2 of the last 3 that you've played. When you look at that, is that something you think is going to make this team better down the road?
You know, you talk of a heart attack, and I said, do you guys know where the AED is located in this building? Because you kind of give us a heart attack. But, you know, getting the 5-game sets is definitely experience for the kids, because getting into those long matches, you're going to see that in your district competitions. You're going to see that in state competitions, and you have to definitely be a friend of that. And we're getting our fans their money's worth, and we're making you talk all night long, so it's paying out. But I think it makes for a fun and exciting games, you know, and they're tight, and it's fun volleyball to watch.
One other thing from Tuesday night's game, I should say, and that was Reagan Yamauchi, a freshman setter, first start on varsity as the setter, only 2 errors when it comes to hitting, 2 service errors as well, but she really recovered well from that. And then she had 28 assists by my count as well. I mean, that had to be better than what you expected from her.
You know, we've been pretty confident throughout practice. We've been working all of our setters fairly equally, and so we knew that she could go in and do that job for us, and the confidence in her own self was the key and critical thing. And so hopefully we got her past that point, and I think her teammates feel very confident in her. As a coaching staff, we feel confident in her, and I think now her confidence has grown in herself. So we were satisfied with her performance and only looked for things to go up for our whole entire team from there. So.
Kayla Bergraff with Coach Shawnee Thompson, and tonight you guys take on Westside. Last time you played them, it was a 3-set sweep, but you grew in that match. It was a tough start for your team, but they ended up making it a little bit closer in the final 2 sets. How do you take that from the last time you played, and how do you take a Tuesday night's match and use that as momentum into tonight?
You know, really, we're kind of even a different team from even just seeing Westside a couple of weeks back. The girls definitely have grown, and we've got people playing in different positions than where they were a couple of weeks ago. And I think that we tend to start off slow early on and then kind of get the ball going, which is why we've seen so many 4-game and 5-game matches. But I do believe that our girls can play some good ball and come out a better team again. And we learn from things every single time that we step onto the floor.
What is the one thing tonight that you want to see your girls? I know that you put out little goals for them. What's the one goal that you have for them in tonight's match?
Well, again, we're going to concentrate on our serving. We want a 92% service rate. You know, there against Malad, we were at 100 the other night. We were at 91, so we were just a shade underneath that. I really want to see them improve their serve-receive passing and bring those numbers up, because it doesn't matter what you might be able to have as a hitter if you cannot pass. You know, the game of volleyball gets kind of out of control. So we've got to improve our passing game, and that's going to be one big focus for us tonight.
Coach Thompson, thank you so much again for the time, and good luck to you guys tonight against Westside.
Thanks, Caleb. Appreciate you being here.
That's Coach Shawnee Thompson from the Soda Springs Cardinals, and a lot of more good things coming out of that. And again, she was impressed with the way that Reagan was able to play the first time on the court as the starting and main setter for this team. And a couple of the reasons we were talking about why she was put into that role, a big one is just it allows Callie Groning to really use her skill set a little bit more. She's a better defensive player. She's also a very good outside liner, and she struggled a little bit in the early going of that match against Grace, but she was able to turn around, ended with 4 kills on the night. She's also a good backup setter to have out there whenever Reagan is not able to get to a ball or whenever she gets started off with a serve going right to her. So another big piece of it right there. But the other thing is Reagan also a little bit more consistent with her setting, and also is able to adjust under the ball to bad passes a little bit easier than Callie did, as Callie was struggling a little bit with that through the season. There's some of the reasons why those moves happened. Another big piece that I don't think Westside was able to see the first time it came through here was the fact that Jessie Belknap, the sophomore outside hitter, is now an outside hitter. She was a middle the first time these two teams met, and Jessie is also doing some of the setting duties for the Soda Springs Cardinals at this point as well. So she has expanded her role, and she's also been more consistent with her serving, and the Soda Springs Cardinals as a team have been more consistent with their serving. 9 aces against Grace in their last matchup there, and you heard Coach O'Brien talk about it in the pregame show before we talked to Coach Thompson. that is one of the things that Westside has struggled with, is serve return and serving consistency on their side. So maybe something to keep an eye at in tonight's match, as neither one of these teams really, they both have weak spots that can play to the other side's advantage. Who is going to come up with those? And again, a win tonight for Soda gives them a little bit of momentum going into the district tournament if they end up playing Westside. It also gives them momentum going into next week when they take on Aberdeen and Bear Lake to wrap up their district schedule. And 2 matches that if they win those, they could end up having a 3 or a 2 seed instead of having a 4 or a 5 seed. Of course, they lost to Aberdeen the first time. They beat Bear Lake the first time they played Bear Lake. So a lot of different storylines coming into this matchup between these two teams. We'll keep an eye on all of them as we're getting closer to the starting lineups and the national anthem here at the home of the Westside Pirates. And I want to thank everybody once again for tuning in to KBRV 800 The Bear, as well as our live video stream. And if you have not checked out our live video stream at mylocalradio.com, be sure to get out there and get onto our website, mylocalradio.com/Soda Springs, where you can again catch every single live stream, and you can find all of the archived live streams as well of Soda Springs sports. So if you missed a girls' great game, take Katie Sims, for example, from that Grace match with her 15 kills and 2 errors, then you can go back and you can relive how she got to those 15 kills by just going onto our website and going to the archived videos that we have there. Also, you can tune into our Facebook page, and you'll find a link on our Facebook page at My Local Radio Soda Springs to every single live video stream that we put out there onto the web for your viewing entertainment. It's almost time for the national anthem. We're going to take a quick break here on KBRV 800 The Bear and bring you the national anthem on the other side on your home for Soda Springs volleyball and all Caribou County sports, KBRV 800 The Bear, and online at mylocalradio.com.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
So, I'm a dog, and I'm kind of new to this family, but I've noticed a trend. My humans do this thing where they go around and get all my toys and hide them in this basket, but it's always the same basket, and it's always the same place, and then they act so surprised when I find them, but I'm like, hello, that's where you put it last time. Humans are the worst at hide and go seek.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
It's so pretty here.
Katie's away at college,
There's the library.
but she can still be close to her mom back home. Travis is working on a big report. High-speed internet puts a world of information at his fingertips. Silver Star Communications provides connections that help students learn and keep families close, even when they're miles apart. Get your family in touch and informed with high-speed internet from Silver Star Communications. Call today or visit silverstar.com.
There's your rendition of the national anthem just wrapped up as we welcome you back into the home of the Westside Pirates on KBRV 800 The Bear, as well as online at mylocalradio.com. And that means it's time for starting lineups here tonight. And we'll start off with the Westside Pirates as their starting lineup, brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, the most caring hospital on earth. They are going to be led off by number 3, Grace Montez, a player that was called up from the JV squad earlier this year after an injury to the Westside Pirates original libero. They will also be seeing Addie Cook out there. Lindsay Pulsifer will be the outside hitter on the right and left side, depending on which direction they are serving. Abby Povey, we mentioned her, that big middle for them. Taya Nash, another one of the outside hitters for the Westside Pirates. Sage Fredrickson will be rotating in and out with Savannah Smart, who is playing as a defensive specialist for Westside and the Pirates. And then you have their own freshman setter, Mari Wade, on the court. On the other side for the Soda Springs Cardinals, it is going to be essentially the same lineup that they had against Grace on Tuesday. Number 2, Callie Groning leads things off. She's an outside hitter, the only senior on the court at the start of the match for the Soda Springs Cardinals. She will be rotating a little bit with Sage McKinley, and Kaylee Veely might be out there on the court as well. Kaylin Lewis is going to be wearing the number 5, another outside hitter for the Cardinals, but plays a defensive specialist the majority of her time out there. Sage McKinley will be the libero, wearing the red number 1 jersey. Reagan Yamauchi, we mentioned her. She is the setter for the team, wearing the number 7. Number 11 is Taylor Myers. She's going to be the starting outside hitter. Katie Sims will be the starting middle for the Soda Cardinals, and will be rotating. I should say Taylor Meyer will be rotating with Jessie Belknap on the night, and Lexi Patterson rounds out the starting lineup, wearing the number 16. And again, a completely different team from the first time that the Westside Pirates met up. A different starting lineup, a different talent level, and definitely a different look from this Soda Springs Cardinals squad. And looking over at Zippy, my camera person, I know that she's excited for this. I'm excited for this, as we are just about ready for set number 1 between the Cardinals and the Pirates. Cardinals will be wearing their road white uniforms, the sleeveless tops with the red trim down the side, a streak of red across the top of the chest, and red numbers with Cardinals written across the back. Westside comes out in their maroon tops, their black bottoms, white piping down the side, Westside written across the back, and white numbers on the front and back. Black knee pads all around, except for Savannah Smart, who is not wearing any knee pads, the only player on the court for either team who is not out there in knee pads at this point in time. Cardinals will be going right to left, and the Pirates will be going left to right this first set as we get set to get underway. Brought to you by London Drug in Grace. They're locally owned, locally operated, and locally loved. They're your local good neighbor pharmacy. It will be the Pirates to open up with the serve, as the first serve brought to you by Arctic Circle, where the good stuff is in Soda Springs. And Savannah Smart will start out the rotation for the for the Westside Pirates. Again, serving from left to right. She stands on the far side of the court, away from our camera position here in the bleachers. Smart walks up and will send one across the court near side. Popped up by Katie Sims. Yamauchi at the net. She's going to set this one up in the middle. Tipped over by Groning and blocked down. Mari Wade gets a rare block from her setter position, and it was a little bit of miscommunication on the Cardinals side that caused that 1-0. The Pirates jump out to the early lead. Savannah Smart will again be set to serve this one over. Left to right, she'll go once again. Spins the ball in her hand before lining one back row. Sims pops one up high into the air, into the rafters. Bump forward by Myers, and it's going to be set over the net by Sims. Pass up to Wade. It's going to be into the middle. Abby Povey goes back row. Myers is right there. Kaylin Lewis gets it near side. Groning off the block, and down it goes. Kaylin Lewis gets her first assist, and Groning starts it out on a good note, getting her first kill. 1-1. The Cardinals get the point right back against the Westside Pirates, as Groning will go back to serve once again. The senior for the Cardinals, the one of two on the court right now, sends a high serve into the middle of the court. Dug up. It's going to be Wade again, setting up Povey. Back row is bumped up in the back row by McKinley now for the Cardinals. Yamauchi sends it near side. McKinley frees one over, and it's just outside the line as McKinley picks up her first hitting error of the night, and the Cardinals give the ball back over to the Pirates. But again, both times Wade has touched the ball and hit the ball, the Cardinals have been able to get the ball up into play. Another serve comes over to the Cardinals. Sims past Yamauchi near side. Myers tries to go long off the back row. Can't keep it in the line, and Taylor Myers picks up the hitting error, and the Cardinals go down 3-1 here in the early going against the Westside Pirates. That's going to send Lindsay Pulsifer to serve again. Sends one over. Dug up back row by Groning on the far side. Yamauchi sets it near side. Coming up, Katie Sims at the net. Tipped, kept alive by the Pirates. Down goes a shot from Povey, but right there's Groning. Yamauchi again with a set. Blocked at the net, and down inside goes the hit of Taylor Myers. The block that time again belonging to Mari Wade, as at the net she has been a wall for the Pirates. 4-1, Westside leads by 3. That'll send Pulsifer back to serve again, walks up and sends a line drive back row. Sims again digs it up to Yamauchi, sends it near side. It's Myers. Into the net goes the hit. Myers didn't get a clean run up to it, had a long ways to hit it over the net, and instead of just getting it over, she ends up hitting it into the net cord, something I was talking about with Coach Thompson, a big frustration but for both her and some of the fans that I've been talking to as well. Ball served over again by Pulsifer, dug back over to the Westside Pirates. Wade sets it far side, coming up and hitting it through everybody and off of McKinley in the back row is Addie Cook, as she gets the first kill on the board for the Westside Pirates and makes the score 6-1 now. A 5-point run for Westside, 4 of them on the serve of Pulsifer. Lindsay sends one across, back row again. Sims digs it out, and it's going to be just kept live and punched over on the near side by Myers. Wade sets it middle. Abby Povey off of McKinley in the back row once again, and Povey gets her first kill of the match now. Another assist for Wade, who is having a good night as the setter already for the Westside Pirates. 7-1, the Cardinals trailing as Lindsay Pulsifer sends another serve across. Popped up into the air. Myers misplays it, and it's an ace for Pulsifer. They're picking on Taylor Meyer on the near side, and she is struggling with the attention that they're giving her. Cardinals now down by 7, 8-1. 6 straight serves for Pulsifer as she'll send it left to right again. The far side of the court comes back near side, dug up into the air by Lewis, and now a miscommunication between Katie Sims and Reagan Yamauchi has the ball dropped between them, and a quick timeout already being called by Coach Thompson after back-to-back aces, and the Cardinals just looking all out of sorts on their side of the court, as they started out strong, and now it seems like they're not communicating with each other, not talking with each other, and definitely not finding ways to get the ball back over the net to the West Side Pirates, as mostly it's been problems that the Cardinals have had that have led to the scores for the West Side Pirates. They have 2 hitting errors, only 2 kills on the night, one for Myers and only 1 kill on the night, 1 for Callie Groning, and 3 hitting errors on the night. 1 assist goes to Kaylin Lewis. Other than that, no scoring for the Cardinals. Lindsay Pulsifer on the other side has 2 aces, 2 kills for Addie Cook and Abby Povey, 1 each. Mari Wade with 2 assists and 2 blocks as well. So it hasn't necessarily been a bad night yet for the Cardinals, but they can't allow this to get any worse than it is right now at 9-1 in set number 1. The West Side Pirates will continue to have the serve, with Lindsay Pulsifer set to send this one left to right once again. Takes her time after the timeout, waits for the whistle to blow from the up official. She'll walk up, lines one to the back row, and it's popped up by Sims. Goes off the rafters and is going to be played forward as Sims frees one across to the West Side Pirates. Wade sets one into the middle of the court. Povey tips one over the block, and down it goes. There's the adjustment that the Cardinals have been struggling with, but it's not them that does it. Abby Povey showing her senior smarts and comes up with another kill. That's her second. 10-1. Another serve comes over from Pulsifer. Dug out back row by Sims. Yamauchi comes near side. It's going to be a hitting attempt for Myers. Dug up by Pulsifer back row. Wade sets it far side. Dug up into the air after the kill goes from Addie Cook attempt. Near side to Myers. She frees one across. Smart up to Wade. She tips one over. Popped up into the air by Myers. Played back towards the net and freed over by Sims to the near side. Dug up into the air. Set by Wade for the back row. Taya Nash, I should say, comes up with a kill, dropping one from behind the 10-foot line and getting it to hit the hardwood on the Cardinals side. Another assist goes to Wade, spreading the ball around. 3 different players for the Pirates in scoring position. 11-1, Cardinals down by double digits here in set number 1. Ball sent over to Sims. Yamauchi sets it to the back row. Sims standing on her flat of her feet, sends one over, and it's off the block and down. Great adjustment by Sims as she comes up with her first kill of the match. Yamauchi gets her first assist, and the Cardinals end the run after giving up 9 straight points and the serve of Lindsay Pulsifer. That will send Reagan Yamauchi to the back row to serve again. Walks up and now lines one over to the far side. Played into the middle of the court. Popped up by Wade as a great adjustment. Pulsifer tries to send one inside the lines. Can't find it. A good try by just even getting a hand on the ball to send it across the net. But it goes as a point to the Cardinals, and they're down by 8 now, 11-3. That'll send Reagan back to serve again. The freshman sends one back row and deep, too far off the back line. Reagan, it comes up with the first service error of the night for the Cardinals, and it's 12-3 Pirates on top after that big run that they had on the serve of Pulsifer. That sends Mari Wade to the back row. She'll serve one across, popped up in the back row by Myers. Yamauchi sets it near side. Belknap goes back row, too far off the back line, and Jessie gets her first hitting error now, and the Cardinals go back down by 10, 13-3. It'll be Mari Wade again to serve, left to right from the middle of the court, sends one across. Dug up by McKinley, back row. Yamauchi sets it to the near side. Jessie Belknap comes up off the block, right to McKinley though. Yamauchi gets another chance, sets up Sims in the middle, off the block, tipped in the air. Wade keeps it alive, popped up by Pulsifer back row, and it's going to be Nash trying to get one over, and it's too long. That is Addie Cook who sends it too long. And the Cardinals will get the ball back on the first hitting error for Addie Cook in the match. 13-4, the Cardinals are down by 9. It sends Sims to the back row to serve. Lines one to the backside. Dug up into the air, played over the net. Dropped down by Lexi Patterson. And the point's going to go to Soda Springs as the lift is called on the Pirates of Westside. I believe the lift ended up going on Mari Wade, but I'm not positive on that one as the Cardinals get the point, and it'll be another serve from Sims to send it across. Dug up into the air by Cook, played into the middle of the court, and freed across by Povey. Yamauchi to Belknap, who's going to set it in the middle of the court. Patterson tries to go back row, and another point to the Cardinals as a net violation goes, this time on number 13. That is Taya Nash with her first net violation of the night. It's 13-6. Sims to serve again with the Cardinals down by 7. She'll line one back row. Dug up by Smart. Clean pass over to Wade, who's going to set it up into the middle. Down goes the kill from Cook, who sent it into the block, off the net, back over the block again, and down onto the Cardinals side as Addie Cook gets her second kill now, and 5 assists for Mari Wade on the night. 14-6, Cardinals remain down by 8 here at the home of the Pirates as Abby Povey goes back to serve. Lines one back row, popped up by Myers, and they're going to call a lift on Taylor Myers, who has struggled so far in this match to this point. Taylor, not the normal player that we've seen from her, but it goes as a point over to the Pirates, 15-6, excuse me, and now give an ace over to Abby Povey as she sends one off the fingertips of Callie Groning in the back row. Abby gets onto another area of the scorebook, and it's 16-6 back to a 10-point lead for the Westside Pirates. Povey walks up again, lines one just off the courts, drops it down, and gets the ace again. Back-to-back aces for Abby. And the senior leading her team on this service run, 17-6 now, with an 11-point advantage for the Westside Pirates. Povey again to serve. Lines one back row, too far, just off the back line. Smart play by the Cardinals to let that one go through, and Povey picks up her first service there, and the Cardinals remain within 10 at 17-7. 8 points away from being run out of this first set, but they have time to run it in, and on the line goes the serve of Taylor Myers. Taylor Myers comes up with her first official point of the match, and it's 17-8 as she goes back to serve the ball once again. Taylor rocks into her serve, winds one over to the back row, played up to Wade. She'll set this one into the middle. Nash goes back line, too far off the back line, and the Cardinals are going to get the point off of the hitting error by Nash, the 4th of the match now for the Pirates, as they're starting to give the Cardinals a little bit of hope. 17-9, back to that 8-point lead as Myers serves one across, short, dug to Wade. She'll set one over the net, and a lift is going to be called, or a double hit, I should say, on Wade is going to be called. Her second hitting error of the match, and the Cardinals, again, starting to build some momentum on their side, which might not do them anything in this set, but it could down the road as Myers sends this serve into the net, 18-10 after the service error for Myers, the second service error of the match for the Cardinals. 18-10, that sends Abby Cook to serve. Addie sends one across, dug up by Myers, far side. Belknap sets it towards the net. Coming up is Patterson to free one across. Played up into the air by Garcia. Wade sets it far side. Pulsifer off the tip at the net. Lexi Patterson sends it across again, and they're going to give the point over to the Pirates on a lift on Lexi Patterson. That's her second lift, or first hitting error of the match, and it's 19-10. The Pirates back up by 9 as running up this time. Addie Cook to serve again. Dug up by Sims, but she misplays the dig in the back row. Katie can't get it in control, and Addie Cook gets her first ace of the match. 5 aces now for the Westside Pirates. 20-10, they're back up, doubling the Cardinals. Another serve from Cook. Sims, clean dig, gets it to Belknap, who sets it back to the middle of the court, and it's going to be Patterson sending it across. Wade tips it at the net, and she'll be called for another error, a lift as she tried to one-handed set it, and that's a no-no as it ends up going as a point to Soda Springs, 20-11, and Jessie Belknap will serve. Right to left, she'll send one from the far side of the court, goes to the other far side, dug up into the air towards the net. Wade chased out of the net as she sets up Pulsifer for the back line. Lindsay Pulsifer with her first kill, another assist for Westside and the Pirates, and Belknap will check out as Kaylin Lewis will check in for Soda to their back line. 21-11, and it will send at Taya Nash to serve again. Sends one short just off the top of the net, climbs over the net, and Taya Nash gets her first ace now in her first duty of serving. 22-11. And the Cardinals find themselves down by 11 points. Nash, another serve. Dug up back row by Groning. Played forward to Yamauchi. Near side Sims is going to send one back row too far by a foot. Katie Sims had the right idea but just couldn't keep it in the lines. And it's 23-11 now with Soda Springs down by 12. That'll send another serve from Nash. Miss hits the ball well off to the near side and into the bottom of the net. So Nash gives the Cardinals a little bit more life, and the score remains at 23-12. Cardinals down by 11. It'll be Sage McKinley to serve. Lines one near side. Played up into the air. Wade comes over to the near side, keeps it alive, and sets one up for Nash from the back, or Cook from the back row. Yamauchi, clean set to the near side. Groning comes up, hits it over the block, and down. Callie Groning with her second kill. Coming up big for Soda there, gets the second assist to Reagan Yamauchi, and it's 23-13. And again, since that big run by Westside to open up this first set, the Cardinals have stayed tight. Ball served over by McKinley, played up into the air, set far side by Nash. Coming up, Pulsifer drops one just through the block and right down in front of Taylor Nash. Taylor Myers, and Pulsifer gets her second kill of the night. Another assist goes to Mari Wade. 24-13, first set is at its set point as Savannah Smart will move in to serve for the second time in this first set. Completed through one full rotation trying to close this set out. 24-13, line drive serve to the back row. Played up into the air by Myers. Set to Yamauchi, still set it backside, and Groning drops one inside the line on the near side. Callie Groning, looking like a completely different player than she did in the great early portion of the Grace game, has 3 kills with no hitting errors. 24-14, and Groning will go back to serve for Soda Springs. Callie tosses it up, and the senior sends one high and short. Played up into the air. Wade with a bump set into the middle. Abby Povey sends one back row. McKinley over to Lewis. She'll set it to the near side. Coming up, Myers drops one to the back side of the Pirates. Right there, though, is Cook. Far side, Pulsifer, another try. Sends a soft shot to the back line where Groning sets it to Yamauchi. She'll bump one up, punched over the net, off the block, kept alive into the net, and Cook sends one over for Pulsifer, who drops it down back row. Great job scrambling around by the Pirates. Addie Cook to Lindsay Pulsifer to close out set number 1. 25-14, the Cardinals drop it, and that puts them down 1-0 going to set number 2. We'll take a quick break, coming back with more on KBRV 800 The Bear with live video streaming online at mylocalradio.com.
K-Slot fever is continuing at Lalaton's in Soda Springs the week of October 8th through the 14th. Drop into Lalaton's and grab yourself canned vegetables, a case of 24 for $12. Or grab Western Family cans of soup, 24 cans for $12 as well. Make sure you don't miss out on their water, as they have 24 packs of Western Family half-liter bottles, $1.99 each. Or if you're looking for peanut butter, grab yourself a 64-ounce creamy or chunky peanut butter for $6.49. It's all at Lalaton's in Soda Springs.
This is the sound of salmonella gyrating on your undercooked chicken. And it looks like Mom might be taking it out a little early. Don't let salmonella get funky with your chicken. On average, 1 in 6 Americans will get a foodborne illness this year. So use a thermometer to cook each type of meat to the right temperature. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov. Brought to you by the USDA, HHS, and the Ad Council.
It's so pretty here.
Katie's away at college,
There's the library.
but she can still be close to her mom back home. Travis is working on a big report. High-speed internet puts a world of information at his fingertips. Silver Star Communications provides connections that help students learn and keep families close, even when they're miles apart. Get your family in touch and informed with high-speed internet from Silver Star Communications. Call today or visit silverstar.com.
Man, do I love card night. You ready, boys? You got a king?
Go, fish dad!
Oh, come on! This is WWE superstar Titus O'Neil. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Learn more at 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Welcome back out to the home of the West Side Pirates. Caleb Burgraff here on KBRV 800 The Bear with live video streaming online at mylocalradio.com. And if you haven't checked out our live video stream, I encourage you to do it. Get on to mylocalradio.com/Soda Springs and be ready to watch the Cardinals play. Tonight, they're down 1-0 as Groning will serve it left to right to start set number 2. The serve brought to you by Arctic Circle and Soda Springs, where the good stuff is. Cardinals get the ball back on their side. Myers dumps one across, played up into the air. Nash comes near side, and over the bench it goes. The hitting error is going to go on Mari Wade, and the Cardinals come away with an early point and an early lead on West Side for the second straight set. The big question is, can the Cardinals hold it as Groning gets set to serve again? Sends one near side and short. Pass up ahead. It's going to be Cook over to the far side. Pulsifer drops one. Outside the line goes the line judge as Lindsay Pulsifer gets her second hitting error of the night. 2-0, the Cardinals lead in set number 2. A much better start for them early on, but again, this is volleyball. Things change quick. Groning to serve again, high serve, very short. Povey gets it to Wade. She'll set it back up for Povey in the middle, sends it back row. Groning bump set by Sims, and back row it's going to be McKinley trying to get one to drop down. Cook is right there, though. Near side it comes to Pulsifer, who was well off balance when she tried to hit the ball, and Lindsay sends it into the net for a second serve hitting error of the set, and it's 3-0. The Cardinals building an early cushion in the early going of set number 2, down 1-0. It'll be Groning to serve once again as she'll toss the ball up. Lines one back row. Bumped up into the air. Pulsifer sets it to Wade. Near side it comes, and the ball is dropped off by Povey in the back row. And Abby Povey, on a rather nonchalant hit, is going to get her third kill of the match. 8 assists now for Mari Wade, and the Cardinals give the first point of set number 2 over to the Westside Pirates. That'll send Pulsifer to the back row to serve. Sends one back row just inside the line. Floated around a bit before dropping in, and Lindsay gets her third kill. It's 3-2. Cardinals still up by 1 on the Pirates, but they gain a bit of momentum with these 2 straight points. Lindsay Pulsifer will serve again. Right to left from the near side, goes far side. Right there's Myers into the air. Mimauchi sets this one towards the net, and it's going to be a free ball just over the net by Sims. Played into the middle. It's going to be Povey setting up Cook, who sends one back row and off the Cardinals. Addie Cook gets her third kill now. Abby Povey gets a rare set assist, and it's 3-3 just like that. We're all knotted up again here at the home of the Pirates. Lindsay Pulsifer goes back row once again to serve. Will toss the ball up before lining one back to Myers. Up to Yamauchi. She's going to set it into the middle of the court. Sims comes up, blocked at the net, and the block goes down as Povey comes up with her first block. Strong play from the senior at the net in the middle, and it's a 3-point service run for Lindsay Pulsifer and a 4-3 lead for the Westside Pirates. It'll be Pulsifer to again serve. Lines one back row. Dug up into the air by Sims. Yamauchi sets it far side. Myers comes up, drops one off the block and down. Smart angling by Myers on the far side, and she gets her first kill. Yamauchi gets her 4th assist, and it's all knotted up at 4 apiece in set number 1. Reagan will go back to serve once again. As she checks some tape on her left hand. Yes, it is her right hand, as she will serve it left to right. Ball served across. Pulsifer into the air to Wade. She'll set it near side. Quick set comes up. Cook sends one off of the fingertips of the block back to McKinley. Yamauchi sets up Myers too far off the near side. Myers rushed it a little bit, and after getting the kill, she comes up with a hitting error, and the Cardinals find themselves down 5-4 now in set number 2. Early going, though. Plenty of time for the Cardinals to run back in this one. That will send Mari Wade into the back row to serve for Westside and the Pirates. She'll hold it out. Now lines one into the net. Returns the ball over to the Cardinals after a quick serve, and the Cardinals will have it back even at 5-5. And back to serve is going to be Katie Sims, who in the match against Grace had a very strong showing for Soda Springs in that presentation. Again, she had the 15 kills, but also she had an ace as well. Trying to get one here, won't get it. Smart passes it up to Wade. Near side it comes and into the net, and down goes as they're going to call a block at the net with Belknap getting a hand on it and sending it back over to the Westside Pirates. 6-5 Cardinals up by 1 here, regaining the lead in a back and forth second set between these two squads. Katie Sims goes back to serve as the freshman will look to try and build this lead. Lines one back row. Played up in the air by Smart. High pass up to Wade. Back sets this one. Povey off the block at the net. Kept alive, though. And Sims gets it over to Yamauchi. She'll set it to the near side. Belknap goes back row. Wade sets it up to the far side. Punched over. Yamauchi gets it to Belknap, who sets one up for Groning. Off the block at the net. Kept alive. Bumped towards the net. And Povey comes up. Can't tip it, though. And it drops down on the Westside Pirates court. So the Cardinals build their lead to 7 on the hitting. Aaron Sims will serve it across once again. Popped up into the air. It's going to be near side. Cook trying to send one across. Played up into the net, and down it goes as Cook is going to get her 4th kill. Another assist, this time to Taya Nash. And the Soda Springs Cardinals see the score go to 7-6 now, with them up by 1. Number 7 for the Pirates. Abby Povey will serve now. Lines one back row. Dug up towards the net. Too far over the net. Povey tries to keep it alive, and it's free to cross by Pulsifer, but they're going to call a lift on Pulsifer. And the Cardinals will get advantage of another hitting error by Lindsay, as she has 3 of them on the night. We'll send Taylor Myers back to serve, 8-6. Myers sends it back row, put up into the air. Wade sets it into the middle, tipped over the block, but kept alive by Groning. Yamauchi sets it far side for Callie. Off the block goes hers, kept alive by Pulsifer. Wade sets it middle of the court. Fredrickson is denied at the net as Patterson comes up with her first block. The Cardinals defense starting to show some signs of life. 9-6. They lead this second set. Taylor Myers again set to serve. Lines one over. Garcia passes it up ahead. Wade sets it to the near side. Coming up, Fredrickson through the block. found a great angle to find it through, and Sage Fredrickson gets her first kill, and another assist goes to Mari Wade. She's got 9 on the night. 9-7, Cardinals lead by 2, as that will send Addie Cook back to serve from right to left. She'll stand just on the R, the Pirates logo, at the bottom of the court. She'll line one to the back row of the Cardinals. McKinley passes up ahead. Belknap bumps it far side. Groning comes up, sends one through. Wade pass up into the air. It's going to be near side to a block into the net as Pulsifer couldn't get it over the cords. It goes as 4 hits and a hitting error on her. 10-7, the Cardinals back up by 3 in set number 2. It's going to be Jessie to serve as she will line one back row, and that's going to be an ace. Had enough speed on it to get Addie Cook to misplay the ball, and Jessie Belknap gets her first ace. And she is definitely a player that has that ability. 11-7, the Cardinals back up by 4 now, their biggest lead of the night. Jessie to serve. She'll line one back row again. It's Cook. Pass up ahead to Wade. She'll come near side, and it's going to be bumped over the net by Pulsifer. And Groning tries to send one back row. Cook right there, though. Near side, Fredrickson goes off the block and down. Sage Fredrickson with another kill. A quick set on that one from Mari Wade gets her 10th, and it's 11-8, and the Cardinals lead trims back down to 3. Belknap will check out. Kaylin Lewis will check back in. And it will be Taya Nash to serve this one from right to left for the Pirates. Runs up and lines one into the net. Another mistake for the Pirates gives the Cardinals more life as they build their lead back up to 4. It's 12-8 on the service error. Only the fourth service error of the night for the Pirates. 12-8, Cardinals to serve with McKinley as Sage will serve one across. Dug up towards the net. Wade's going to set it in the middle, and another double hit's going to be called on Wade as the freshman setter has 5 set errors tonight. 13-8, the Cardinals lead by 5, and a timeout has been called now by Jerry O'Brien on the near side as she's seen enough from her team to cause her a little bit of distress and calls a timeout. 13-8, the Cardinals up by 5 here on the road. And again, well, this match, no matter what, you're going to be playing one of the 3 teams, either Westside, Aberdeen, or Bear Lake. This just goes into getting some momentum, building some confidence for yourself going into those final matches as they hope to try and be able to get that number 2 seed out of District 5, which, talking to every coach, I even talked to Jerry before this match, and she said this is anybody's game in that second spot. Westside is not a favorite. They might be a slight favorite over everybody, but not by much, especially with the loss of Darcy Povey. If you take a look outside of that, though, Aberdeen, they've been inconsistent and have lost to Westside twice. Bear Lake has not necessarily been the team that anyone has expected them to be. So this is a big confidence booster for the Cardinals that they can win here tonight. Up 13-8. As it will be Sage McKinley again to serve here in set number 2. The Cardinals up or down 1-0. McKinley sends it back row, pass up ahead. Wade is going to set it into the middle of the court. Fredrickson off the block at the net. It's going to be Lewis to Yamauchi, over to Groning, tipped at the net as Garcia tests that one forward. It's going to be punched over the net, back to the Cardinals again. This time it's going to be Groning, pass back into the court, and down it goes as Groning gets the kill after a massive scramble coming from the Westside Pirates. Groning jousted for it at the net 3 straight times before watching it drop down on the Pirate side. 14-8, ball served across again. Cardinals up by 6 as Wade sets it near side. Pulsifer off the block. McKinley, good pass up into the air as Groning's going to set this one for Yamauchi to free it over the net cords. Played up into the air by Nash. Wade sets it in the middle. Fredrickson blocked at the net by Yamauchi, and out of play goes the attempt as the block is going to give the Cardinals a kill. Yamauchi gets her first block of the night, and the Cardinals build the lead to 7, 15-8. It'll be McKinley to serve again. Lines one back row. Everybody ducked out of the way. No communication in the back row, and Sage McKinley gets her first ace. The Cardinals now doubling up the Pirates. A huge turn of events after dropping the first set 25-14. McKinley sends this one over again, middle of the court. Garcia to Wade. She'll set it near side. Lindsay Pulsifer off the block, off the net, and down on the Cardinals side. Pulsifer gets her 4th kill, first of this set. Wade gets her 4th assist, and the Pirates end the Soda Springs run. It's 16-9. Cardinals on top by 7. Back to serve is going to be Savannah Smart, the defensive specialist for the Westside Pirates. She'll spin the ball in her left hand, sends it over with her right, dug up into the air. Groning keeps this one alive for a free ball to come from Lewis across to the Pirates. Bumped up into the air by Nash. Wade passes it to Povey. Tet over the net, but right there's McKinley after it's tipped at the net. Yamauchi, far side. Groning sends one down. Kept alive. No, a lift is going to be called, and Callie Groning gets her 5th kill. The senior adapting and living a life of crime on the far side as she is continuing to keep the Cardinals alive. 17-9, Cardinals back up by 8. Groning to serve, sends one over the net, dug up in the back row. Nash sends it to Wade, far side. Pulsifer over on the other side of the court, sends one through the block and down in front of them. And Lindsay Pulsifer strikes again with her 5th kill. 5 assists now for Mari Wade as well. 17-10, still that 7-point lead for Soda as the ball served over by Pulsifer. Myers bumps the ball into the air. Sims bumps set for Myers, who frees one across with spin to the back row. Played up ahead to Wade. She'll set it to the middle of the court. Abby Povey drops the hammer just off the back line. And the crowd groans a little bit here at the home of the Pirates, but Povey is called for her first error. The line judge right on that one on the back row. 18-10, Cardinals back up by 8 now, as they will send Reagan Yamauchi to the back line to serve. Into the match again is Jesse Belknap as the serve comes across from the freshman. Popped up. Wade sends it near side. Coming up is Cook. Tries to drop one down. Myers sticks an arm out and pops it up into the air, and it goes as a kill for Addie Cook, who picks up her 5th kill. 3rd in this set, and it's 18-11. The Cardinals lead back to 7. Trading points are the two sides right now as right to left is going to come the serve of Mari Wade. Lines one to the back row. Myers, good pass up ahead to Yamauchi near side. Sims into the block as Abby Povey, a wall at the net, gets her 2nd block of this set and the match, and it's 18-12. Cardinals lead trim back down to 6 now. Match not over yet, set not over yet, and Mari Wade is set to serve again as she will send one into the net. Mistakes like that are costing the Pirates, though, her 2nd error of this set, and it's 19-12. Soda Springs is up by 7 points. That'll send Katie Sims back to serve. Lines one back row. Smart up into the air. It's going to be Wade to the near side. Misplays the set, and it's bumped outside of the net. Also off the antenna as the error is going to go on Taya Nash, her 2nd of the match. And the Cardinals end up seeing the lead build back up to 8. Katie Sims will be back to serve once again. The freshman lines one to the near side. Dug up into the air by, that is Nash. Blocked at the net is going to be the attempt coming from Cook. Free ball comes over as the Cardinals will have a chance. Yamauchi, far side. It's Myers blocked at the net herself. Kept alive by the Cardinals, and now Groning's going to free one to the back row. Played ahead by Pulsifer. Wade sets this into the middle. Abby Povey drops one off the block. Kept alive, though. Back row, Groning gets it to Sims. Yamauchi frees one across, but into the net. Reagan Yamauchi gets her 1st hitting error of the night. It goes at the end of a long rally, but the Cardinals sticking with the Pirates and besting them in many opportunities as Patterson in that set gets her 2nd block. 20-13, serve comes over from Abby Povey. Groning bumps it up into the air, mash over to Belknap, who's going to send one back row, but Povey right there. Bump into the air by Fredrickson, Frall freed over by Cook. Set over to Yamauchi, far side, and a double hit is going to be called on Reagan Yamauchi, so she gets back-to-back hitting errors, and the Cardinals find their lead back down to 6 at 20-14 in set number 2. Abby Povey to serve again. Runs up, lines one back row, dug back to the Pirates side, kept alive by Groning. Near side, it's going to be a set, and a double hit is going to be called at the net, coming this time from Taya Nash. She gets her 3rd error of the night, and the Cardinals get the ball back at 21-14. 7 points on top right now, and back to serve will be Taylor Myers. Myers lines one across back row, dug up into the air, played by Wade to the near side. Fredrickson tries to drop one down, sends it over the court though from near side to far side, and it goes outside the lines. Sage Fredrickson gets her 1st hitting error of the night. It's 22-14. The Cardinals up by 8 on West Side and the Pirates in set number 2 as they're answering back after dropping the 1st set with a magnificent 2nd set of their own. 22-14. It's all been led on mostly, I should say, a lot of mistakes being made by the Pirates right now, but the Cardinals are actually making them cost the Cardinals are making the Pirates actually pay for all of those mistakes. The Cardinals have seen a much better play coming at the net. They've also seen Callie Groning come away with 2 more kills in the set for 5 on the night without a hitting error to her name, so she has played very strong. 4 blocks now in this set for the Cardinals as that part of the game has also improved. And 5 assists for Yamauchi in the night as she leads the team in that category, although only 7 or 6 total assists for the Cardinals on the night. Their offense still has yet to get going, and that's the scary thing. If you're the Pirates, the Cardinals have not hit their stride in this match like they have in other nights. It'll be Taylor Myers back to serve once again to send it left to right on your radio dial or on your video screen. Line drive into the net as the serve came across with the buzzer, and they're going to let him replay the point. That one went into the net, and again, the serve happened right as the buzzer went off from the timeout, and Soda Springs will send the ball back across with Taylor Myers with a score still 22-14, but she'll do the exact same thing again. Myers picks up her second service error, and the score goes to 22-15, a 7-point advantage. Back to serve for the Pirates is going to be Addie Cook. Runs up, lines one back row, bumped up into the air by Sims. Yamauchi bumps a set over to Groning, who frees one across to the back row of the Pirates. Cook to Wade, sets it near side. Pulsifer comes up off the block and down. Lindsay Pulsifer with 3 straight kills. Wade gets her 7th assist of this set, and it's 22-16 now. Soda Springs up by 6, but the Pirates with a little bit of a charge here at the end of set number 2. It'll be Addie Cook to serve again. Lines one back row, played up by Sims, played forward by Myers, and it's going to be a free ball coming across from Belknap, far side. Bumped up into the air by the Pirates, and Wade is going to send this one across the middle to be free to cross. Tipped over and almost kept alive by the Cardinals, but it drops down to Sage Fredrickson. A smart play at the net gets her 3rd kill, and it's 3 straight points for the Pirates, and the lead's trimmed down to 5. Cardinals up by 5 with 3 points to go to close out this second set, but they got to have a couple of points. They're going to get one there as Addie Cook on a running jump serve sends it into the net for her first service error, and it's 23-17 now. Cardinals to serve with Jessie Belknap as a sophomore lines one back row, bumped up into the air. It's going to be played by Cook to Wade. Back row, Cook tries to send one down inside the line. Addie Cook gets her 6th kill of the night. Another assist for Wade, this time to the back row. She's got 15, and it's 23-8. The Cardinals lead trim back down to 5. Kaylin Lewis will check into the game for Jessie Belknap, who takes a seat on the bench, and back to serve is going to be Taya Nash. As Taya will send a line drive to the back row. Bumped up by Sims. Yamauchi, clean set over to the middle of the court. Groning comes up back row, gets one off of the back row defense coming from Taya Nash, and Callie Groning with her 6th kill now. Another assist for Yamauchi as the two of them are combining to be a lethal combination, and it's set point with Sage McKinley back to serve. Sage rocks into the serve, lines one to the backside. Played up into the air. Wade's going to set it near side. Pulsifer sends one back row just off the back line. Lindsay Pulsifer a bit long, and it gives the Cardinals the set 25-18 as they get back even with the Pirates of Westside. 1 set apiece here going to set number 3. We'll be back with more after a break here on KBRV 800 The Bear with live video streaming online at mylocalradio.com.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
I'm Paul George of the Indiana Pacers. When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke. So I want you to learn to spot a stroke fast. F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. I'm Paul George. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
There has never been a better time to convert to natural gas. Even in the summer months, natural gas is worth asking for. Rage Plumbing and Heating in Soda Springs will replace your furnace that caused you problems this winter with a new natural gas furnace, or even install a natural gas water heater to keep your water hot. Plus, Reed's can add a water softener to your home. And if you want to cool things down, Reed's Plumbing and Heating will install an energy-efficient Lennox air conditioner. All at Reed's Plumbing and Heating, 180 South 3rd Street, Soda Springs.
It may be hard to believe, but people just like you are already saving money. FeedThePig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard. So you don't need to start foraging wild berries.
I was skeptical, but these are actually pretty good.
You don't need to sell your soul to the devil.
$15 is the best I can do.
You just need feedthepig.org. Don't get left behind. Get tips and tools at feedthepig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Welcome back out to the home of the West Side Pirates once again, as the Cardinals even things back up by winning the second set 25-18, the first set that they've won against the West Side Pirates all season long, as it will be Savannah Smart to start things out in set number 3. This first serve brought to you by Arctic Circle in Soda Springs, where the good stuff is. It'll be Savannah Smart to serve, as I said, left to right to the Cardinals. They have 5 lined up in the back row. Dug up into the air. Yamauchi sets this one to the backside. Groning comes up, tipped at the net, played up into the air by Smart. Near side, it's going to be a set to the far side, dropping down a hit, but Myers keeps it alive. The Cardinals will try and tip it over, and they end up not being able to do so as Sims comes up with a hitting error. That'll be her second of the match, and it is a 1-0 lead for the Pirates. New player into the match for the West Side Pirates. We'll get a name for their new setter as soon as we get a chance to. Savannah Smart sends one across, dug up in the back row by Myers. It's played to Yamauchi, near side. Sims can't get a play on it as Reagan Yamauchi comes up with her third setting error of the night, and it goes to a 2-0 lead now, with the Cardinals down by 2 to West Side and the Pirates. It'll be another serve coming over from Savannah Smart, as she'll look to line this one across to the Cardinals. Dug up in the back row. Myers to Yamauchi, bump set near side. Sims is going to line one into the net. Now Katie Sims gets her second hitting error of this set, and it goes as a 3-0 lead. The new setter is Allie Jensen, by the way, for the West Side Pirates, replacing Mari Wade. So Savannah Smart with a 3-0 lead on 3 straight serves and 3 straight errors by the Cardinals. Will send it across again. Line drive to the back row. Dug up into the air as Lewis is going to set this to Yamauchi, who gets it to Groning. Groning mistimed her run, though, and picks up her first hitting error of the night. It's a 4-0 lead now by West Side and the Pirates, as Savannah Smart will look to continue serving to Soda Springs. 4-0, set number 3. Smart sends it over. Dug up in the back row. Groning gets it to Yamauchi. She'll set it up for Groning, who comes up, runs back row. Played up into the air, though, by Cook. Played to Povia. Good set there. It's a good dig, though, by the Cardinals. And McKinley, free ball goes over the net. Play at the net goes to McKinley. It's going to be sent to Sims, and a lift is going to be called in the back row of West Side and the Pirates. And Sims comes away with the kill, as that was really what affected it. 4-1, the Cardinals get onto the scoreboard, down by 3, and Callie Groning will be set to serve. She'll go right to left as the senior lines one short, just into the net. Almost was able to clear it, but it comes up as a service error for Soda, and the Pirates will get the ball back onto their side. Lindsay Pulsifer will be the one to serve this across left to right, as she will line one back row. Bumped up into the air, misplayed by Myers, though, and it ends up going as an ace for Pulsifer. Lindsay gets her 4th ace of the night, as that has been a big strong point for the Pirates right now. 9 total aces for them this evening. It'll be back to Lindsay to serve again. Line drive back row, dug up into the air. Yamauchi sets it into the middle of the court, coming up and hitting on over the net and down. Katie Sims, she mishit the ball, but still got the kill. Her 3rd of the night. 7 assists now for Reagan Yamauchi as she'll go back to serve, and Jessie Belknap will check into the front row. It'll be Kaylin Lewis who checks out, as with a 6-2 score in favor of the Pirates. It'll be Reagan to serve. High serve, back row. Played up into the air by Cook. Set over to the far side by Jensen. Back to Cook. She drops it on the near side, but they're going to give the point to the Pirates anyways, as Sims went into the net. And Sims picks up her first net violation and Soda's first net violation this evening. It's 7-2, a 5-point lead for West Side over the Cardinals in set number 3. Back to serve now is going to be Allie Jensen, as she'll toss the ball up, lines one short with some side spin on it, kept alive. Yamauchi sets one into the back row for Groning, who passes one across. Free ball to Smart. Jensen now sets it to the near side, coming up and dropping one across is going to be Taya Nash. Cardinals keep it alive, and a free ball comes over well long off the back line, as Yamauchi couldn't keep it in, picks up her 4th hitting error now, and it's 8-2. Soda Springs down by 6 to West Side of the Pirates in set number 3. Left to right again is going to be Allie Jensen. She'll send one short. Popped up into the air by Groning. Good pass to Yamauchi. Near side is going to come. Myers tips one over the net. Played up into the air by Cook. It's Jensen. Over to that's Nash, who sends one into the net off of a poor set from Allie Jensen, and the Cardinals will get another point, 8-3, on the mistake made by the Pirates. Both sides trying to play off each other's mistakes right now here, as the lead is 5 for Westside. Ball served over by Sims. Kept alive. Jensen sends it far side. Coming up is Nash again. Drops one across, but Myers right there to keep it alive. Gets the ball set to her. Pops one across the net. Jensen gets a set of chance, and it's going to be over the net by Povey as she drops it down with authority. Abby Povey gets her fourth kill of the night. Allie Jensen gets her first assist. And the Cardinals see the lead go 9-3 now, and Abby Povey will be the server again. Lines one across, dug up in the back row by Groning. Yamauchi sets it to the near side. Coming up is Lexi Patterson. Drop one short, and Lexi gets the kill. That's her first kill of the night, and the Cardinals trade points again with the Pirates. 9-4, they steep themselves inside of striking distance. Taylor Myers will be back to serve for Soda. From right to left, she'll send it from near side. Lines one into the net. Another service error for the Cardinals as Myers picks up their 5th of the night. They have not had a bad service yet, but they have had some issues with consistency. Running up and sending a serve across now is going to be Cook. Bump set by Belknap, and it's Myers to send it across. Garcia pass ahead to Jensen into the middle of the court. Fredrickson sends one long into the back row. Dies inside the line. Sage Fredrickson gets her 4th kill and another assist for Allie Jensen. 11-4, the Cardinals see the lead build up to 7, and it sends Cook back to serve once again as Addie will run up in the running jump serve. His line just over the net. Dug up into the air. Belknap keeps it alive. Nobody can get to the ball, though, and an ace is going to end up going to Addie Cook on the play. She picks up her 2nd. The Cardinals will now take their turn to call a timeout. Down by 8, 12-4 to Westside and the Pirates here on the road. We'll remind you this 3rd set brought to you by A&C Embroidery. They're in the business of making your business or team look good. Give them a call today at 208-604-1775. And the Cardinals would use a little bit of stitching right now to fill up some of the holes in their defense, as it is a 12-4 deficit that they have to try and overcome at this very moment in this set. And if you're Coach Thompson right now, again, I think you just got to be talking to your team and saying, look, we were making them make the mistakes in the last set, in set number 2. Now they're the ones causing us to make the mistakes. We need to compose ourselves in our huddle and find a way to get back into this match, get a couple of points in a row, as the Cardinals also have not been able to go on a serious service run yet, and they've seen Westside go on a couple of them in order to build this lead up to 8. It will be Addie Cook as she was serving to end the last one, to serve it across again. Gets the ball back. She'll line herself up in the middle of the court before again doing that running jump serve. Lines up, sends one across the courts, dug up into the air by Myers. Belknap sets this one to the near side, and it's going to be free to cross by Patterson. Popped up by Pulsifer. Near side Jensen sets it into the middle of the court. Fredrickson through the block and down. Sage Fredrickson gets her 5th kill. Allie Jensen gets her 3rd assist, and it's 13-4. Soda Springs sees the lead build to 9 now for Westside and the Pirates. Addie Cook will have another chance, as she has served it 4 straight times now, looking for a 5th. Runs up and lines one across the court. Dug up into the air. Belknap will set it to the near side. Groning is going to hit it, but it's not going to be before Belknap is called for a double hit. That's her 2nd hitting error of the night, and it's 14-4. The score goes up to a 10-point lead for the Pirates. Ball served into the net. That ends the run of Addie Cook. The Pirates' error cost them there, and Cook picks up her 2nd service error of the match. 14-5. Cardinals see it drop down to a single-point deficit as Jessie Belknap will serve. Lines went into the net herself, and the Cardinals' inconsistencies hurting them right now, as they now have as many errors in this 3rd set as they did in the entire match leading up to this 3rd set, trailing 15-5. That will send Taya Nash back to serve as Nash lines one into the back row. Bugged up into the air by Sims. Yamauchi sets it to Sims on the near side. She'll come up, line one back row. Played into the air by Cook. Jensen sets it up for Fredrickson, middle of the row, and it's going to be a point over to the Pirates as a net violation is going to be called on Lexi Patterson. That'll be her 1st, and the Cardinals see the lead build to 11 now. The Pirates starting to pull away in set number 2. Taya Nash will once again serve this one across. Tosses the ball up. Lines one back row. Played by Groning. Pass up Ed Yamauchi. She'll set it near side. Groning tries back row herself. Gets it off with a try by Nash to get into the air. And Groning gets her 7th kill now. Yamauchi with 9 assists. And it's 16-6. Cardinals back within 10 here as Lexi Patterson checks out into the back row, and McKinley will check in as the libero. Sage rocks into her serve, lines one near side, bumped up into the air by Nash. It's going to be set over to the middle of the court. Fredrickson tips it over just on the line on the far side. Fredrickson with another kill. That's her 6th. Allie Jensen gets her 4th assist, and it's 17-6. Cardinals see the lead back up to 11 for Westside and the Pirates. It'll bring Savannah Smart back into the match now as she'll get set to serve this one left to right. The defensive specialist, wearing the pink socks and no knee pads, will line one up and over the net. Dug up into the air by Sims. It's going to be Yamauchi over to the far side, and Grani tries to drop one back row. Right there, though, is Cook. Jensen sets it up for Cook in a back row attempt. Into the net goes the hit, and Addie Cook gets her 2nd hitting error of the night. 17-7. Cardinals trying to take advantage of another error as it'll be Callie Groning back to serve, sending it right to left. Set number 3, 17-7. Cardinals down by 10. High serve and short, dug up into the air. Jensen recovers, gets the ball up, and a bump is going to come over to the Cardinals. Sage McKinley to the far side. Yamauchi sets it into the middle, and it's going to be Myers trying to find the inside line, and she can't do it, though, as it goes off the back row, and Myers gets her 5th hitting error of the night. 18-7. The Cardinals see the lead back to 11 as the Pirates will get set to line one across again. Lindsay Pulsifer, high serve, back row, Groning up ahead to Yamauchi. She'll set this one into the middle. Sims tips it over the courts, played up into the air by Jensen. Abby Povey sets it back behind her with the back set tipped over net. Cardinals keep it alive. Groning with a set this time, and Sims again tips it over. Povey again another set, this time for Savannah Smart. She frees one to the back row where Groning gets it to Yamauchi. Near side, she'll come to Myers. Tries to drop it back row off of a pair of Pirates, and it goes out of the lines. Taylor Myers gets her 2nd kill. Yamauchi with another assist, and the Cardinals get back within 10 once again, trading points with the Pirates at 18-8. That'll send Reagan into the back row to do the serving for Soda Springs. She will line up into her serve, sends one into the net. A complete miss hit by Reagan Yamauchi for her 2nd service error tonight. She matches her total of errors that she had from last Tuesday against Grace, and it'll give Allie Jensen a chance to serve, who also has a service error to her credit as well. She'll send one high and short. Dug up into the air to a knee, goes Myers to do it. Belknap gets the set to her, miss hits the ball, drops down into the middle of the Pirates as they sing Kumbaya around the campfire, and Jessie Belknap gets her first kill. Yamauchi gets her 5th assist of this set. 19-9. The Cardinals again trade points with the Pirates. Katie Sims looking to change that and get the Cardinals a bit of a service run. Lines one back row. Smart passes this one up ahead. It's going to be Jensen near side. Povey into the block and down. Abby Povey has been silent in this set. Gets her 2nd kill, a 5th assist for Allie Jensen, and it's 20-9. That'll send Abby Povey into the back row to do the serving, as she will run herself up and lines one to the back row of the Cardinals. Myers digs it back over to Westside. Dug back over to the Cardinals. Dug back over to Westside. Dropped across but blocked by Belknap. Kept alive, and the Cardinals will send one across with Groning. Jensen sets it near side. Coming up, and Nash tries to drop one across. Cardinals keep it just in front of their bench as Sims gets it to Patterson to free one over back to the Pirates. Jensen, quick set into the middle. Fredrickson can't drop it down, though. Belknap back sets this one, and nobody there to get the set, and it drops down onto the hardwood as Belknap gets an unfortunate hitting error called to her, although that was her teammates really kind of letting her down on that one. 21-9, 12-point lead for the Pirates. Serve comes across. Dug up, Yamauchi bumps it back into the middle, and it's going to be Belknap to free one across. Jensen into Fredrickson, who sends one towards the net. Jousted for and down, but they're going to give the point over to the Pirates as over the net reached Lexi Patterson. The hitting error is going to go as her 2nd, and it's 22-9 now, up to a 13-point lead. Cardinals trailing, trying to get to double digits here in this set and keep themselves from being held to 9 points. But they have to do it within the next 3 to give them some momentum going into the 4th set. Ball served over. Katie Franson into the match, bumps it over to Groning, and it's going to be Franson to free the ball across. Played up into the air by Abby Povey. Jensen sets it to the far side, coming up this time again, dropping it down. Addie Cook gets her 7th kill. Allie Jensen gets her 6th assist to go with it, and it's 23-9. The Cardinals see the lead go to 14 for Westside. It'll be Povey again to serve. Lines one back row. Played up by Franson. Misplayed by Franson, and Abby Povey gets another ace. She's got 4 aces on the night to go with 2 blocks and 5 kills. It's 24-9. Set point in set number 3 for Westside and the Pirates. It's been domination by one side or the other in these sets, and the Pirates have taken their turn in set number 3 as the ball is served over. Dug up into the air. Yamauchi near side gets it to Sims, who drops one into the ground, hits it completely, and the Pirates will take set number 3, 25-9, and we head to a 4th set here with the Cardinals looking to try and bounce back after a very poor showing in that 3rd set. Back here with more on KBRV 800 The Bear with live video streaming online at mylocalradio.com.
They need your help. They're overstocked with Lazy Boy and Catnapper recliners, sofas, and love seats. They'll wheel and deal right now at Sanders Furniture, Flooring, and Appliance. If you will help them make room in their showroom, they'll help you keep money in your bank account while you're enjoying high-quality, comfortable Lazy Boy and Catnapper recliners, sofas, and love seats. They need your help, and you need to save money. Wheel and deal right now at Sanders Furniture, Flooring, and Appliances on Main Street in Soda Springs.
MyLocalRadio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you.
Cattlemen have a code of ethics. Live each day with courage. Take pride in your work. Always finish what you start. Do what has to be done. Be tough but fair. When you make a promise, keep it. Ride for the brand. Talk less and say more. Remember that some things aren't for sale, and know where to draw the line. The folks at Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho are proud of the students at Grace High School, investing in the leaders of tomorrow. The Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
Whoa.
The moment my son saw a redwood tree
It's huge!
is the moment I knew that for him,
You can't even see the top of that thing.
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Welcome back out to the home of the West Side Pirates. Caleb Berggraf here on KBRV 800 The Bear. Time for set number 4 with the Cardinals opening up with the first serve. It'll be Callie Groning to send it across. This serve brought to you by Arctic Circle, where the good stuff is in Soda Springs. Groning, left to right, will send one high and deep. Dug up in the back row by the Pirates. Jensen sets it behind Povey, who frees one across. Played up in the air. Lewis gets it set to Yamauchi. Over to Sims, who's going to get one off of the tip at the net by Povey. Played up into the air by Cook, and now Povey's going to set one over the net to the Cardinals. Set towards the net now, and a joust, and Povey may have gotten away with reaching over the net on that one, but ends up getting the kill, as that's her 6th, and it's 1-0. Cardinals find themselves down to the Pirates in set number 4, trailing 2-1. A serve comes over, dug up in the back row by Myers. Groning keeps it inside play, and Lewis is going to free this one across. At the net and into the net go the Pirates, but they get away with another one as Lewis is going to free this ball over and across again. Pulsifer up ahead to Jensen, to Povey, who tips one over the block and down. Clean play by Abby Povey, who gets her 7th kill. Jensen gets her 7th assist, and it's 2-0. The Cardinals see it go back to a 2-0 lead for Westside as they'll go back to serve again with Lindsay Pulsifer. Right to left, she'll send it. Line drive, dug up in the back row, over to the far side and into the official's chair as Pulsifer gets her 5th ace now of the night. Leads the team in that category, and we'll have another chance to serve it here. 3-1. Cardinals down early to the Pirates, who are going on another early run. Line drive served by Pulsifer, finds the court again. Back-to-back aces for Lindsay, who has 6 aces to go with her 6 kills, and the Cardinals go down 4-0 now. Pulsifer coming on strong for her squad as Lindsay will again serve from the near side, right to left. Sends one across, near side to the Cardinals. Groning digs this one out over the net and over to the Pirates. Jensen to Povey, who sends one off the block, trying to dive by Groning, but she can't quite get there. Abby Povey ends up coming away with her 8th kill now. Another assist to Jensen, and she has 8 assists as well. And a timeout is called by the Cardinals here early on. And Coach Shawnee Thompson, taking a knee into the middle of her huddle, is talking things over with her team. And again, this is a very young team for the Soda Springs Cardinals. If you take out the libero in Sage McKinley, the Cardinals are starting only 1 senior this year. 2 sophomores and 2 freshmen in their starting lineup, as well as 1 junior in Kaylin Lewis. Sage McKinley gives them a second senior on the court, and Kaylee Veely is the one who gives them their 3rd senior on the team, but she gets very limited playing time. So a very young team for the Cardinals, something that Coach Shawnee Thompson is excited for, but on the same side, she has some good classes coming up. So this could be some very, very strong play for the Soda Springs Cardinals in the future as they build their team. It's Lindsay Polsa, first set to serve this one across. She'll go right to left once again with her team up to 5-0. Polsa first serve, back row, played up into the air by Lewis. Groning sets it to the far side, and a free ball comes across from Sims. Bumped up into the air by Nash. Jensen sets it towards the net, and Povey frees one across. McKinley to Groning, far side. It's going to be Myers, back row, too far off the back line, and Taylor Myers picks up her 6th hitting error tonight to go with her 2 kills. 6-0. Cardinals again find themselves down big in the early going of this set. Set number 4, and this is what happens to the Cardinals in the first 2 sets that they lost. They ended up finding ways to fall behind early as the serve comes across. High serve dug up into the air, and it goes as another ace as Kaylin Lewis cannot get a clean dig on it, and Pulsifer gets her 7th ace now, trying to find her way to a double-double. 7-0. Cardinals find themselves down big once again. And Lindsay Pulsifer will once more serve the ball across. Lindsay, the senior, sends one over, dug up back row. McKinley gets it to Yamauchi, who sets it middle. It's going to be Sims, dropped off the block, bumped around and freed across by Povey. A scramble to keep it alive. Yamauchi again sets it. This time Myers, far side, punches one over the net, kept alive into the air. Near side it comes once again. The ball's fired backside to McKinley. It's going to be bumped up by Sims, far side. Myers into the block, and down it goes. Taylor Myers gets the kill. Katie Sims with a rare assist, and the Cardinals find themselves onto the board 7-1 now in this 4th set. Trying to force a 5th set, our Soda Springs down 2-1. Jessie Belknap will check into the front line, adding a little bit of height to their front lineup as Reagan Yamauchi, the freshman, will get set to serve. She'll send one high and deep to the back row. Pulsifer passes up ahead to Jensen, sets to the middle. Povey, hard kill inside the line. Abby Povey gets her 9th. And that is what Abby Povey does best. 8-1. West Side and the Pirates back up by 7. That will send Allie Jensen back to serve. As out of the match, checks Lexi Keller. Into the match is going to be Taya Nash. Ball served up and over by Jensen. Dug up by Myers. It's going to be Yamauchi. Far side, Belknap comes up, drops it cross court. Jessie Belknap gets her 2nd kill. Another assist for Reagan Yamauchi, who's up to 12 now on the night. 8-2, the Cardinals get one of their rare offenses to work on that play. They have only 16 kills tonight. 8-2, Cardinals to send it across. Katie Sims lines one over, dug up by Smart, played to Jensen, who will set it to the middle of the court. Blocked at the net, but onto the Cardinals side goes the block as Addie Cook gets her 8th kill. And another assist goes to Allie Jensen. She's got 10 now on the evening, and 2 different setters for West Side have reached double figures. Fredrickson will check back into the match, taking a seat, Savannah Smart, and a 9-2 serve will come from Abby Povey. Ball across, popped up by Groning. Yamauchi sets it over to the far side. Lexi Patterson drops it back row, but Povey is right there. Pass up ahead to Jensen. Near side, she'll come. It's going to be dropped up by Cook, popped into the air. Yamauchi keeps it alive, and Sage McKinley can't free it across. A tough try for McKinley there, but the error ends up going on her, and it's 10-2 West Side on top, but the Cardinals struggling to fight alive on that play. Abby Povey again to serve it across, lines one back row. McKinley gets it to Yamauchi. She'll set it into the middle of the court. Belknap goes back row, popped high into the air by Povey. But they're going to call a net violation before that on the West Side Pirates and Sage Fredrickson. That'll be her first, 2nd on the team. 10-3, Soda again to set to serve it left to right. It'll be Taylor Myers, back row. Played up into the air. Jensen sets it into the middle where Nash goes off the block. Played by Groning. Yamauchi sets it back to the near side. Belknap goes back row. Bumped up into the air by Pulsifer though. Jensen goes backside to her. Nash goes back row of the Cardinals on the near side. Went cross court. And Taya Nash gets her 2nd kill of the night. Cardinals find themselves down 11-3 now as Jensen gets another assist. 11-3, and it'll be Addie Cook to serve, sending it into the net. That is her third mistake of the night on the serves, and the Cardinals get another point, staying within 7 at 11-4. Belknap will serve, lines one across just off the back line. Jessie couldn't keep it in, her second service error tonight, and the Cardinals lead goes, or the Pirates lead, I should say, goes back to 8. So the Cardinals down by 8, 12-4 here in set number 4, down 2 sets to 1. We'll send it to the back row. Serve comes up and across. Nash gets it up into the air, jousted for at the net, but it drops down without the Cardinals hitting it. And the ace is going to end up being given to Taya Nash for her second. 13-4, line drive, far side. Nash can't keep it inside the lines and gets her third service error now. And it's back to the Cardinals down 8, 13-5. Sage McKinley will have another chance for her to serve as Sage rocks into a line drive back row. Dug up into the air, played over to the near side. Jensen sets it up, dropped down by Fredrickson, bumped up into the air by Myers though. McKinley sets this one over and it's freed across the net by Sims. Played up into the air, Jensen, another chance to set at the net. Quick set for Fredrickson, blocked at the net by Sims. Played back over to the Cardinals side, and Yamauchi sets up Groning on the far side of the court. She'll send it back row, bumped up into the air. Cook sends it near side where Pulsifer goes off the block at the net. McKinley keeps it alive. Yamauchi bumps it towards the net. Groning goes back row. Played up into the air to the near side. Jensen again sets it up for Pulsifer. Backside, too far off the line. All kept alive by a Katie Sims block at the net. Pulsifer comes up with another hitting error. That is her sixth on the night. And the Cardinals climb back within 7, 13-6. Serve comes over and across. Pirates trying to keep it alive, just getting it across the net. McKinley to Yamauchi. Far side it goes to Groning, who pumps one over, and a lift is going to be called on the far side. That time on Taya Nash. Groning gets another kill. That's her 8th of the night. Another assist goes to Reagan Yamauchi. She's got 13. 13-7. The Cardinals starting to crawl their way back into this fourth set. Sage McKinley fires one over. Bumped into the air towards the net, into the net, just to the back row, but they're going to call Allie Jensen for a net violation. That'll be her first, and it's 13-8 now. Soda Springs within 5. Again, continue to fight their way back in. McKinley serves it across again. Dug up to the front row. Played to the near side. Fredrickson sends it into the net, and 4 hits are going to be called as she couldn't quite get it over the cords. Sage Fredrickson gets her second hitting error, and the Cardinals again trying to take advantage of the mistakes being made by Westside and the Pirates. McKinley on a good service run here. 3 straight serves, sends another one across. Dug forward. It's going to be Jensen setting it for Fredrickson at the net. Spuns one back, and it's going to be McKinley to Yamauchi. Bump set for Groning in the back row. Sends it near side. High into the air goes the dig of Pulsifer and out. 9 kills for Callie Groning now as an outside hitter, and a big shift for her as she's feeling more and more comfortable there, and you can see it. 13-10, Cardinals within 3. McKinley again serves across. Jensen sets it to Fredrickson. She'll send one over the block. Lewis keeps it alive. Bumped up by Yamauchi and then freed across by Lewis to the back row, but too far, just off the line. Kaylin Lewis gets her first service or hitting error of the night. It's 14-10. Into the match goes Savannah Smart as she'll replace Sage Fredrickson, and Smart will go back to serve. She'll be going right to left of the Cardinals, who find themselves right back in this match, down by 4. Smart will toss it up, lines one over, dug up into the air. Sims to the near side. Groning sets it into the middle where Sims sends one back row, paid up into the air, kept alive, sent forward, and just into the net goes the attempt coming across by Allie Jensen, who gets her first hitting error of the match, and the Cardinals back within 3, 14-11. That'll send Callie back to serve for Soda. Callie rocks into her serve, sends one high and deep, dug up back row, played by Pulsifer to Jensen, near side. Abby Povey sends it too far to the far side, can't find the inside line, and that goes as her second hitting error. The Cardinals are within 2, 14-12. A very interesting fourth set starting to develop here between these two teams. Back to serve again is going to be Callie Groning. She'll rock into the serve, sends one over and short outside the line on the far side, though. Callie gets her second service error. A good idea, though, trying to pinpoint the line, just bad execution on it, and it's 15-12. That'll send Lindsay Pulsifer back to serve. She lines one back row, back to Groning. Yamauchi sets it to the middle. Sims off the block at the net. Pulsifer passes up ahead to Jensen. She'll come near side. Over there's Cook, who sends it too far off the back line, and Cook can't keep it in as Addie gets her third hitting error, and the Cardinals again find themselves back within 2, and they strike a bullet to the Pirates, who lose their best server on the night in Lindsey Pulsifer, who had 7 aces. 13-15, Cardinals down 2. Reagan Yamauchi to serve, sends one across, dug up in the back row, played up to Jensen. Still set it for Povey at the net, drops a hammer down. Abby Povey gets her 5th kill, and the Cardinals see it go 16-13 now, with Povey getting another 10 kill game. That'll move Allie Jensen to serve, as Allie lines one back deep row. Played up into the air by Myers. Belknap bump sets this one for Yamauchi, who frees one back to the back row of the Pirates. Played up by Pulsifer. Jensen sets up Povey again at the net. Back row McKinley, clean dig. Groning bumps it forward, and another free ball comes across from Katie Sims. Povey up to the net. Keeping out of it is Jensen. Great job by her to do that. Povey's kill attempt is going to be popped up. Belknap gets it to Sims. Tipped over the block. Kept alive by Jensen. Bump set to the middle by Nash. Tipped over the net by Povey this time, and she gets her 11th kill. 17-13 now, and all of a sudden they're starting to look like there's a little bit more consistency on the Pirates side, bouncing back after that rough patch that they were having. 17-13, Jensen to serve again, lines one up and over, dug up by Myers. Near side, Yamauchi sets one towards the net, and Myers punches one back row, played by Jensen. It's going to be a bump set Pulsifer towards the net, coming up, tipping it over, and dropping it down is Addie Cook for her 9th kill. So Addie comes up with a big kill there. 18-13, up to a 5-point lead again are the Pirates as the serve comes up and over. Dug up into the air by Myers. Yamauchi sets it far side. Belknap into the net. Kept alive. No, okay, now they do call it the 4 hits. No, they call it a lift. So a block at the net is going to go to Povey, who gets her 3rd block of the night, and the error is going to end up going on to Yamauchi, who tried to lift the ball up over the net. So 5 errors on Yamauchi, and it's 19-13, Cardinals down by 6, and set number 4 as a timeout is called by head coach Shawnee Thompson. This 4th set, brought to you by A&C Embroidery. They're in the business of making your business or team look good. Give them a call today at 208-604-1775. 19-13, the Cardinals struggling along in this set as they continue to try and build their way back into this match. 29 seconds to go in the timeout, and if you're in the huddle talking things over by Coach Thompson, I think the big message has to be, hey, you fought back once, fight back again. Don't let them get the momentum here. If you can get into their heads, then you can definitely start to win your way back into this match. You still have 6 points to play with before they close it out. And you're only down by 6 points as well. So if you can get 2 points for every 1 they get, then all of a sudden you end up evening this match up and sending it to extra points. Allie Jensen will be back to serve for the Pirates. Waits for the whistle, now will rock back and sends a high serve short. Bumped up into the air, it's going to be a pass to Yamauchi, but not a clean pass as Myers couldn't get it to her in a timely fashion, and it goes as an ace for Allie Jensen. That'll be her first. 20-13 now. A 7-point lead for the Pirates, who are looking to wrap this one up. Serve comes over once again, dug up in the back row by Myers. Played forward by Yamauchi. Far side, Belknap mishits it completely. Down into the ground it goes. Her 4th hitting error, and it's 21-13 now. Up to an 8-point advantage for the Pirates. Starting to close out this match with a good run. They have 6 straight points. Ball served over. It's going to be Myers to Yamauchi. She'll set it to the near side. Sims tips one over. Back row smart. Pass up ahead to Jensen. Near side. It's going to be Nash. Blocked at the net by Belknap. Kept alive, though, by the Pirates. And a free ball is going to be played back across to the Cardinals. Far side. Yamauchi sets up Sims. It's going to be dumped over across. Pulsifer to Jensen, who sets one for Povey to free across. Bumped up into the air by Grani this time. Yamauchi sets up Myers. Backside. Played up into the air after blocked at the net. Over to the far side. Myers again another try. Goes back row. This hit goes into the net. Kept alive, and Povey frees one back across to Soda. Over to Yamauchi. Back set to Belknap, who sends it too far on the backside. Back and forth play on that one there between the two teams as another block goes to Abby Povey for her 4th. Another block to Belknap as well for her 2nd. And 22-13, the Pirates win that long rally. Ball up into the air. Yamauchi passes this one up ahead. Belknap drops one back row, kept alive though by Pulsifer. Near side, Povey drops one back row. Abby Povey putting her mark onto this match, gets her 12th kill. It's 23-13 now. And the Cardinals find themselves down by 10. And again, the Pirates just wrapping this one up in dominant fashion against Soda Springs. That'll send Allie Jensen to serve again. High serve back row. Played to McKinley. It's going to be Yamauchi back setting this one for Sims, who sends a short shot back to Smart. She'll get it up to Jensen. Far side, dropping one down is going to be Nash. McKinley gives it up ahead for the Cardinals, and the free ball comes up and over from Sims. It drops down. Sims put it into the right spot and got one to hit down on the floor. Sage McKinley gets her first assist, and it's 23-14. The Cardinals clinging to a thin, silky thread of life in this match. Goes back to Katie Sims to serve. Lined one over, dug up in the air by Smart, and they're going to call a lift on Smart as the ace goes over to Katie Sims in the back row as the freshman gets her first ace of the night. 23-15. Sims will get set to serve this over once again. Lined over, back row. Again, Smart, pass up ahead. Jensen back sets this one. It's going to be over to Povey, blocked at the net. Hexie Patterson gets her third block of the night, and the Cardinals get the lead down to 7, 23-16. A big run here changes this match around as Sims serves again, up into the air, dug up to Jensen. She'll set it to the near side. It's going to be another block at the net by the Cardinals, tipped over, pushed over the net by Povey. Yamauchi's going to set this one far side for Myers, who comes up, blocked at the net herself, and it's going to be a clean block by Taylor Nash, who gets her first of the night. Patterson got another block in all that mayhem, but it's 24-16 set and match point with Abby Povey to send it across, who has 4 aces to her credit. Lines one back row, up into the air goes Sims. Groning punches one to keep it alive, and Yamauchi frees it across. Played up into the air, Fredrickson to the back row of the Cardinals. Sims to Yamauchi. She'll set it far side to Myers, up at the net and down. Taylor Myers gets her 4th kill now. Yamauchi another assist, and the Cardinals again holding on to that little hope of life they have, 24-17. Taylor Myers will go back to serve once again. Lines one short into the net, and that does it. A tough way to lose if you're Soda Springs. But again, I think you made a little bit of a statement here that you're not going to be an easy team to knock out come the district tournament to these Westside Pirates. Losing it in 4 sets, 25-14, 18-25. They win the second, 25-9 and 25-17. They drop the last 2. We'll take a break, come back with final numbers on this one on KBRV 800 The Bear, with live video streaming online at mylocalradio.com.
There has never been a better time to convert to natural gas. Even in the summer months, natural gas is worth asking for. Rage Plumbing and Heating in Soda Springs will replace your furnace that caused you problems this winter with a new natural gas furnace, or even install a natural gas water heater to keep your water hot. Plus, Reed's can add a water softener to your home. And if you want to cool things down, Reed's Plumbing and Heating will install an energy-efficient Lennox air conditioner. All at Reed's Plumbing and Heating, 180 South 3rd Street, Soda Springs.
This is a test to find out if you know it all when it comes to children. Name one of the leading killers of U.S. children age 1 to 13. What's the best way to protect children in a car crash? At what age and size should a child start using a booster seat?
Don't assume you know it all when it comes to car seats for your child. Go to safercar.gov/the-right-seat and know for sure. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
They need your help. They're overstocked with Lazy Boy and Catnapper recliners, sofas, and love seats. They'll wheel and deal right now at Sanders Furniture, Flooring, and Appliance. If you will help them make room in their showroom, they'll help you keep money in your bank account while you're enjoying high-quality, comfortable Lazy Boy and Catnapper recliners, sofas, and love seats. They need your help, and you need to save money. Wheel and deal right now at Sanders Furniture, Flooring, and Appliances on Main Street in Soda Springs.
Hi, this is Terry Crews, actor, former football player, and father of 5. I'm also an expert on drama. There's the good kind that comes with having a house full of kids, and there's silly drama like the drama around my percolating pectorals. And then there's the drama you can skip.
Skip the drama that comes with not having your high school diploma or equivalency. Find free adult education classes near you and finish your diploma. Visit finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org.
And leave the drama to actors like me.
Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
It's so pretty here.
Katie's away at college,
There's the library.
but she can still be close to her mom back home. Travis is working on a big report. High-speed internet puts a world of information at his fingertips. Silver Star Communications provides connections that help students learn and keep families close, even when they're miles apart. Get your family in touch and informed with high-speed internet from Silver Star Communications. Call today or visit silverstar.com.
Hey America,
we need to have a little talk. We've got a lot of food in this country. We've got so much food that we can't eat it all. So how are 17 million kids in America struggling with hunger? That's why the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks gathers surplus food and gets it to hungry kids who need it. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
They need
Welcome
your
back
help.
out to the home of the West Side Pirates as things wrapping up here. The Cardinals dropping this one in 4 sets. This is our post-game show here as the Cardinals really made a message, though, as they dropped to the first set 25-14, came back, dominated in the second set 18-25, lost the third set 25-9, where they struggled to show up a little bit in that set, but they responded back nicely, coming back with a 25-17 loss in the fourth set. But a lot of that came after they gave a big run in the early going of that to the Pirates. They actually closed the gap to 2 at 15-13 at one point in time before the Pirates went on a big run late. The Cardinals just didn't have enough, and part of that was just because Abby Povey came on strong at the end. 12 kills, including 7 in that final set. 9 kills for Addie Cook, 6 apiece for Sage Fredrickson, and 2 for Taya Nash. 15 assists for Mari Wade in the first 2 sets. Allie Jensen had 12 in the final 2 sets. And as far as blocks go, it was a good party for the West Side Pirates, 7 total blocks. They also had 15 aces in the match to only 9 service errors, only 24 hitting errors as well. On the other side for the Soda Springs Cardinals, 9 kills for Callie Groning from her outside hitter position, as she did a great job adjusting to that role. 4 kills for Taylor Myers and Katie Sims. Each of them had a second team leading a sparse in that. 2 kills for Jessie Belknap, and that really wrapped up the scoring with Lexi Patterson adding 1 more to the back of the row. 20 points, 20 kills, 20 errors for the Cardinals, 15 assists for Reagan Yamauchi, 18 total assists for the Cardinals in the match, and 4 aces to 10 service errors. 8 blocks, though, another 4 for Lexi Patterson, who continues to have a nice season at the net for Soda Springs. That wraps up our broadcast here. Tomorrow night we'll be back on the air again on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com, as we will be bringing you the Soda Springs football team going to Declo, as they are going to be taking on the Hornets of Declo in a big non-district matchup that could have playoff implications if the Cardinals play Declo again later this year. This has been the Cardinals postgame show. Thank you for listening in. The preceding has been a sports production and sports broadcast of Old West Media Incorporated and Cook Brothers Broadcasting. No portion of this production can be used or rebroadcast without express written consent of Old West Media Incorporated. Tonight's executive producer is Val Cook. I would also like to thank our sales team, as well as our office manager Kim Miller and general manager Warren Cook. Thanks to all of our sponsors and to you for tuning in. Once again, our final score tonight, 3-1. West Side edges out the Cardinals. And for tonight's videographer, Zippy Thompson, I'm Caleb Bergraff, saying tune in tomorrow night for for the Cardinals taking on the Hornets in the football field on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
Thank you for joining us for tonight's matches. Be sure to visit mylocalradio.com for a full schedule of games you can watch and listen to this year. And keep your radio tuned to KBRV 800 The Bear so you can keep up with every play from Soda Springs, Grace, and North Gym Athletics.